I got some new wheels. Good morning, gang. It's the Drunken One. Alright, it is Friday morning, and I'm out taking my paces. My girl managed to get like 8,000 paces ahead of me. So I got to get my pace on today because this is the last day of the work week hustle. Yeah, she's not gonna be happy when she sees my comeback. Well, the reason I lost so many steps yesterday, the last couple of days, is I've, like I said, I got me some new wheels. I will shoot some video here in a little bit to show you kind of what I'm talking about. I guess I can tell you a little bit, and then that'll kind of preface what I'm doing later. So I was at a friend's house, and he had a bicycle there. Right before I left, he says, well, we had this this garage sale, and he was trying to get rid of this bike for like 30 bucks, and nobody would buy the thing. It was ridden only for, you know, like one day. I guess the kid rode it like a few houses down the road and ended up crashing it. So it scuffed up some things and had no interest in it after that. So it's a brand spanking new bicycle. Yeah, I guess I can tell you the most of it. It's not an expensive bike, but it's got suspension like front and rear, so the front forks can, you know, kind of bounce along with the with the bumps, and it's got another shock that kind of pivots the whole bike in the middle to where it's comfortable. It rides well. My old bike was, I say it was, I'll tell you more about that later. It was getting tired, and so the derailleurs, the thing that moves the chain from cog to cog, is they were kind of getting worn out a bit, and the cables on it were starting to fray. It's just, you know, it was getting old, you know, getting old, about like old drunken one, right? So I was, and the tires were dry rotted on that thing, and so I was thinking, okay, well, when the tires finally start to fall apart, I'll put some fresh tires on it, and then I'll consider putting new cabling and this and that on there. Well, being that I got this other bike, don't need to do any of that. So I moved a bunch of parts from the old bike to the new bike, and ended up kind of a crazy story. As soon as I got it home, of course I want to take it for a little test ride. I didn't make it 75 feet, and I twist the gears on it to you know, to move the chain to a different cog, and the sucker jumped off the top cog into the spokes, and immediately I heard a grinding sound, which just mutilated the derailleur. I'll show you more in the video later about that thing. So I had to send off to Amazon, and $20 later, they sent me another derailleur, and it's already installed. And I'd also purchased some like a water bottle for the old bike, so it had 2 water bottles on there. And anyway, I'll do some more video here in a little bit to show you the new bike, my new wheels. So let me get my pace on and get that more out of the way. If not all 8,000 this morning, then maybe a few more this afternoon or something. Anyway, I'll catch up with you later. Okie dokie. So here was the other bike, and you can see, looking at the shifters and the stuff, yeah, I've had to kind of doctor them up. They were just kind of falling apart slowly but surely. I had a second water bottle holder on here that mounted to those 2 bolts right there, and I went ahead and pulled it off to put on the other bike. I don't know if I mentioned the wheels on the new bike, the black ones here. They were a bit warped, so I took the wheels off of this and put on there. These are the tubes out of the new bike, but I had good tubes in my old bike. They were like the slime kind, and so they're supposed to be like self-healing if they get a hole in them. And so yeah, these are the tires that were on the old bike. You can see that they were very dry rotted. So I used the tires off for the new bike to put back on the new bike, obviously, and put my rims from here on the new bike. And so I got an extra set of tubes, and I don't know what I'm going to do with these rims, if I will have them straightened or not, or just call them trash. I'll probably just end up putting all this stuff, even though those tires are really dry rotted, back on the track, and that way it could be like a guest bike. This seat is gonna go away. That's gonna go on the pink bike. A little dirty, huh? That's gonna go on the pink bike that's going to the friend's wife. And the seat that is on the new bike now is going to go on here, and I'm going to get another big seat for the new bike. Okay, let me go show you the other one then. Okay, here we go. This is the Huffy Hyper Havoc. It was about 120 bucks when it was new. I think they've got them now for like $99. It's got the front suspension there, which it's not the best suspension, but it does work. And then it's got down here a shock absorber that does like the back of it. So I put the water bottle off the old bike on there, and then this thing in front of it, the little black thing in front of it, is a air pump. And I was kind of inspired to do this because Kim Fife, he was using zip ties on a bicycle that he has kind of as a decoration, and he put a skeleton on there, and he was zip tying the skeleton on there. So that kind of inspired me to do this. Actually, we were both doing it on the same day, which is yesterday. And then this little cable right there that you might see is just a charging cable. I'm gonna put some external batteries, you know, like for a telephone or whatever, in this old bag that was on the old bike. And so then it comes up here around the corner, and this is a mount for the telephone that I'm holding, so I can't show you it in there. And then the good old trusty GPS. And so so I'm set up with a little technology on there so I can keep track of my my distance and this and that. But these derailleurs obviously are a lot nicer than the older ones. These handles, I probably could clean that up a little better along in there. But anyway, these handle grips were a lot nicer than the ones that were on it to begin with. So I popped those on there. Yeah, really just not a whole lot of fancy stuff. But and then the pedals that were on there originally were just a bit cheaper. You know, they just weren't very nice. The Trek pedals are they're more apt to take the abuse. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, these are the rims off of the old bike, and the tires are brand new on this, obviously. And so I just use those tires with my old rims and my old tubes, which are a little heavier than normal, but I'm not really worried about weight. And so I guess that's a crash course of my new wheels. So I need to dig out the pink bicycle. That it's like one of those cruiser bikes. I need to pull out the pink bicycle and clean it up, pop the big seat that's on the old bike on it. Like I said, this seat's brand new, but it's going to go on the old Trek. Then I'm going to get a bigger seat for that because I got a big fat butt, and so it's going to make it more comfy. And yeah, I guess that's it. Get you spun around, and I'll do the howdy-ho neighbors. So I guess that's it. Why is this not focusing? There we go. So I guess that's it, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this together. Hopefully it's not too long, and it won't take too long to edit, because I need to go over to a friend's house and drop off a welder for him, because he's trying to get his truck put back together, and he needs a welder. So anyway, thanks for coming by. Y'all be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, get out there and pedal and walk and stuff. Oh yeah, remember I was doing the walking thing a while ago. Oops, just covered you up, didn't I? I think I was like 50, 100. Give me just a second. Oh yeah, something else. Had to get a helmet for it too, huh? Or for me. Fancy helmet. Well, it's like sucker to $25 for that silly thing, but it's pretty nice. I've decided, you know, I better do the right thing and get a helmet too. All right, let me see if I can find my paces that I had. There we go, 6,094. So I still got some more pacing to do to keep up with the gal, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm making you dizzy yet? Anyway, thanks again for coming by. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace, love, and funky vibes. And yeah, it's time for some brunch. Y'all take care. Adios.